Every day when I wake up, I drink a sugary cup of juice to raise my blood sugar. I keep my juice in a pitcher, but it is not see through, so it can be very hard to keep track of how much juice is left with constant inspection, which can be very time consuming and also misleading if the juice in the container is dark. In some cases, like this one, I run out without knowing while also having no time to go to the store last minute. Because of this issue, I start to feel very lightheaded while also having trouble standing up. This then causes me to have to lay down and snack until I feel better, which has occurred more than once, but trying to get better also comes with consequences. I use lean production to identify and eliminate non value adding activities. Out of the 8 types of lean waste, the ones I experience in this daily activity are waiting, unnecessary inventory, and inappropriate processes. You can see the waste of waiting and inappropriate processes when I inspect the picture. Not only does it waste time, it is also an inappropriate process because the container could always be changed, causing the action to not be needed, which also directly ties into the third, which is unnecessary inventory when looking at the picture that is unclear. You can also see the waste of waiting again when I have to wait for myself to feel better before I can accomplish any tasks I have planned for the day. After identifying these issues, I implemented a Kanban system using the equation which came out to be 2. So for my Kanbans, I went for a visual signal for the first one, which was storing my juice in a clear container so inspection of the juice isn't needed because you can automatically tell how much is left by simply looking while pouring a cup of juice. The second Kanban I used was a visual signal in the form of a black line on the clear picture. So as the juice in the container decreases, the black line will become visible, which gives me a signal to buy more juice so that I never have to guess on my own when to buy more, ultimately so I never run out, which keeps my blood sugar at the appropriate level, which keeps me from feeling sick and eliminating all my waste that I experience in this daily activity. Every time I have work, I struggle to find my earrings on my desk because it's always so cluttered. Because of this issue, I waste a lot of time and tend to be late for work. To fix this issue, I implemented the 5S system to eliminate the wasted motion of digging through clutter and to improve my utilization of picking out my jewelry while getting ready. I started off with the first step of the 5S's, which was to sort. I removed all of the unnecessary items from my desk, like trash, and threw it away. I then proceeded to do the second step, which is straighten. I organized all of my jewelry and placed them in a container in order to keep the desk area clean. Next, I began the third step, which is shine. I physically cleaned my desk with a duster and then wiped down the whole area with a disinfecting wipe to ensure cleanliness. I then proceed to do the fourth step, which is standardize. I sit and think and come up with 2 tools to help me fix this issue. For the first tool, I purchased a jewelry hanger in order to hang up all my jewelry for easy access, while also keeping it from never getting lost. The second tool I came up with to help me fix this issue was setting an alarm. Every work day, I usually get home around 5 p.m. because I work part time. I set the alarm to go off every day at 5 p.m. so I never have to forget if it's on or not. The alarm then goes off when I get home from work, reminding me to hang up my jewelry so it's not become misplaced. Next, I begin the last step, which is sustain. After implementing this system, I practice these procedures daily. After practicing these procedures daily, I was able to eliminate all my waste in this daily activity, which was waiting because of time wasted while looking for my lost jewelry every day, wasted motion, which also comes from me looking for my lost jewelry every day, and improving my utilization by not having to waste my time digging through clutter. For the rest of this short clip, it is being displayed for the 5S's how I'm able to sustain this procedure Monday through Friday, showing how effective it is and how I eliminate all my waste and how Monday through Friday my desk stays completely clear and I never have to waste time digging for my jewelry. Every day when I cook, it tends to be a time consuming hassle. Because of this, I decided to implement the SMED system for this daily task. When observing this daily task, the first step, which is being shown now, is an internal setup element and can only be done between lots. This is because it is impossible for me to season the chicken while performing another action. The second step is also an internal setup element and can only be done between lots, which is me placing the chicken on a pan before putting it in the oven. The third and fourth steps shown now are also internal. The fifth step, which contains preparing broccoli, is also seen as an internal setup element. Setting up the beans into the pot can also be seen as an internal element. This next action of me going to watch TV while my food is cooking is an element that can be eliminated because it adds no value to the process whatsoever. I then proceed to eat and enjoy my food. After eating, I'm disappointed to see that the whole kitchen is a disaster. In this moment, I realize that this step could have been done beforehand in order to save time and quicken up the process, therefore, making this step an external setup element. For the improved process using SMED, I keep the first four steps the same because they were identified as all internal setup elements. After that, rather than watching TV while the food is cooking, I completely eliminated that action and instead, while the food is cooking, I decide to clean the whole kitchen so that I don't have to after the fact, making this step officially an external setup element. After finishing my meal, I was pleased to walk in and see a completely cleaned kitchen. Washing my own plate from eating took less than 3 minutes. Overall, when comparing the two processes, when SMED was not being used, the duration of the process lasted up to an hour and 25 minutes. When SMED was implemented, the duration of the process lasted only an hour and 5 minutes. You can know that when using SMED, much time was saved and not a minute was wasted, creating a more efficient daily activity. I would also like to give thanks to Kendall and Monisha for helping me film this video.